we have dimensional formula. Dimensional formula is nothing but it is a representation of derived quantity in a form of fundamental quantity. In fundamental quantity, we have only 7 quantities that can able to represent all other physical quantities are known as derived quantity. Whenever we write any equation in physics or that each term should have the same dimension, then that relationship will be correct. Otherwise, that relationship will not exist. How we are going to check the consistency of any equations? Suppose I am taking one example of kinematics equation where we are representing the distance by the combination of initial velocity, time and acceleration. In this equation, we have 3 terms. The first term is s, another term is ut, and the third term is half at square. How we will decide the number of terms? If the number of terms are added or subtracted, then that terms are different. In this example, it is added with plus sign, then ut and half at square are different terms. We will not consider that term according to their multiplication value. Now, first we will find the dimension of first term. S is distance, so definitely the dimension will be n. Now we will find out the dimension of ut. U is the velocity. Velocity has a dimension of nt minus 1, and t is time. The dimension is L. At square. A is acceleration. Acceleration is lt minus 2, then t2. That can be represented by L. Now I can say the consistency of the given equation is correct because the dimension of each term is same as L. So definitely this equation is correct according to the dimensional analysis. Now I am going to discuss a question. That question will come a lot of time in examination. That is based on this concept. The concept is whenever we write any equation or whatever the equation is given in the combination of different fundamental or derived quantity, whatever, always remember that each term has same dimension. Otherwise, that equation will be invalid. We have one equation where the force can be represented by a root x plus bt square. What I have to find the dimension of a and b. The first we will find the dimension of force. The force dimension is m at 2 t minus 2. The force dimension is, first we will find the force dimension. The force dimension is m and t minus 2. The question will try how we are able to know the dimension of force. So for that reason we need to know the relationship. We know that from the second law of Newton, the force is a product of mass and acceleration. So definitely, if I want to find the dimension of force, the mass is m, or L is L t minus 2. M L t minus 2 is dimension of force. Now, a root x, what will be the dimension of this quantity? A L to the power half. Now, what will be the dimension of bt square? B. The t dimension is capital T And by the consistency of dimensional formula, we know dimension of each term should equal. For that, we can write like this: ml t minus 2 can be written as, suppose I represent this equation 1, equation 2. From equation 1, I can write like this: ml t minus 2 can be written as a l, then a will be that will be the dimension of B. What will be the dimension of B? So definitely the dimension of B can be represented as like that, because we know that the dimension of this term should equal to the dimension of this term. So in this way we can able to represent the dimension of a variable b. From this equation, what I want to say that whenever we represent any kind of equation, so definitely the equation have uniqueness is that uniqueness and consistency, that whatever the equation is given, the dimension and other word we can say that the unit of each term should be equal. So from that relation we are able to do this. The next part is, now I am going to discuss another question that is very frequently asked in examination. We have to find out the dimension of A and B. So definitely this equation is looking complex, but it is very easy to find the dimension. Here, this is first term, this is second term, and this is the RHS part. You can take as the third term. But you notice that this first and second term are multiplied. It means that they are treated as the same term. What we will do, we will take the dimension of those physical quantities, those are added or subtracted. It means that if physical quantities are added and subtracted, then their unit will be same, otherwise not. That relationship we will do here. We can write like this: the dimension of pressure can be represented as the dimension of A by B square. Now, the part is that how we are going to represent the dimension of A. The pressure dimension is ml minus 1 t minus 2, and the volume dimension is L3, but there is a power 2, that's why we need to multiply L cube 2 times. ml minus 1 t minus 2 can be represented as L6 equal to A, and A equal to m L5 t minus 2. So this is the dimension of first variable A. Similarly, we can also find out the dimension of B, B minus B. Now, the dimension of B should be equal to the dimension of B. So what is the dimension of B? The dimension of B should equal to the dimension of B. because they are related with each other by minus sign. And the rule is, if terms are connected with plus or minus sign, they should have the same dimension. Now, by the help of this rule, the volume can be represented as LQ, then B. The dimension of B is, in this way we are able to solve the